with NFL athletes and with certain athletes in certain sports where they just hang on a little too long, where they played a couple more seasons than they probably should
Then they
have, and
should
it
have.
tarnished them a little bit or whatever. I think Madonna's probably in that same phase right now where, look, for 20 years, she could go out there and just be whatever she wanted to be. And she was always on the cutting edge and she was always reinventing herself. But I think now she's just so, up there in age. But yet, because of medical advancements lately, people can do more at a later age.
Do you want more of the crazy down the same avenue that we're on, or you're like, no, let's get back to some real news. Crazy's still out there. Let's do some real news first. What do you want?
I'm comfortable with whatever you got to dish out.
Crazy!
Let's go crazy then. Crazy it is. So my question is very, very simple. This story, it's one of these things where you hear it and you're like, huh? And then you see it and you're like, huh? I think this is also in that same line that we had before. I got to make sure before I share this, I don't have all this stuff playing automatically because these sites are nuts. Okay. All right. Let me make sure I share the right scene. And yes, I'm going to go total boomer. Have you seen Madonna's surprise VMA appearance? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about. I didn't see it.
No?
I saw an article that talked about it.
Okay. So she teased that she was going to be on, and oh geez, stupid thing. Sorry, when we flip stories, it's it to.
Well, Yahoo's bogged down with ads anyway.
This VMA, Donna's going to show up. She's 63. So grandma. Yeah. Time. I'm having a little bit of some of the network issues anyway, just because of the silliness of our situation. Okay, so this is nuts. She is 63. Let's see if I can get this to open. Yeah, this is how she comes out, which I gotta be honest, is not as provocative as I think she thinks it is. But I'm like, you're 63. Like, ugh. Like, what? Like, does she not remember that she's 63? Does she not? I mean, she's got like a thought. So she didn't come. She came out and then like derobed into this. Like, this was the shock factor. And I'm like, is it, Snicker? Let me ask you. First, are you even shocked?
No.
No, I'm not really shocked at all, right?
It's pretty
the real question
from Madonna at this point.
Yeah, it's not. So it's not even shocking. It was shocking in like the 1980s, not shocking now. But Bob, my real question is probably from you, from the health standpoint. Is this or is this not a form of elder abuse?
Oh man, I'm not gonna go there.
She's 63. Are we? This is what we're doing. We're enabling.
Listen, she was a fool in the 80s. She's a fool today. I mean, did you expect her to change? It's not going to happen. This is what made her a wealthy woman. She's going to continue it. And again, just like with
today's standards, is it?
Just like with the AOC thing, people that love Madonna are going to give her props for it, and they thrive on that.
I guess.
If your own people don't clap and cheer for you when you do stupid stuff, that's the only time you're going to stop doing stupid stuff.
All right. I mean, I guess there's a lot of truth to this. Is the only reason we'd ever talk about Madonna on our show. I
didn't even know she really existed.
There is one thing I did want to say about this. with NFL athletes and with certain athletes in certain sports where they just hang on a little too long, where they played a couple more seasons than they probably should have, and it tarnished them a little bit or whatever. I think Madonna's probably in that same phase right now where, look, for 20 years, she could go out there and just be whatever she wanted to be. And she was always on the cutting edge and she was always reinventing herself. But I think now she's just so, up there in age. But yet, because of medical advancements and, medical advancements lately, people can do more at a later age. So she's feeling all kinds of frisky with it. And so she goes out there and continues to do this. And maybe she's not past her prime yet. Maybe it's not. I mean, look, she still looks pretty damn good. I'm not going to say she doesn't look good, but.
I mean, look, Grandma Madonna doesn't look terrible. That wasn't my point at all. I think it's almost like the same kind of thing as like the kiddie version of this. It's like, okay, well, I don't need to see that either. Like I feel inappropriate or kind of dirty or I don't know. I'm like, oh, she's 63. She's grandma now. Like, what are we doing? And I think you're right, Bob. It's like, it's fame chasing. It's trying to, look at me. And that's the only way she knows how to get attention, maybe. Like maybe that's a large part of it. Cause I think that's kind of how I felt like maybe that's what she was going for. But, we just saw the Met photos, the Met Gala nonsense or whatever. And even by those standards, she's not shocking. Like it's like, I mean, I didn't even go through all the photos, guys. You have no idea. Like one of them, as far as I know, she has nothing on underneath her dress because she turns around completely. I think her name is Zoe. It was the Zoe Kravitz actress. But anyway, my point is, it's just like, so Madonna's like, other than the fact that she's 63, I mean, that's what makes it kind of scary and creepy and gross and shocking.
But really think about it. When's the last time you heard about Madonna? It always has to be the shock factor. I think the last time I heard about her was when Trump was president and she gave a speech saying we need to blow up the White House or something like that. That's the last time I heard of Madonna, like 5 years ago. So it is strictly shock factor. That's what she.
So my last question on this: odds are she'll end up on the cover in AARP magazine in that outfit right there. They'll just promote it.
I hope so. I'm buying it. It if it is.
If they do, I'm with you, Snicker. If they were to do it, they'll sell more copies of AARP than they have in 10 years combined. Picture of her dressed like that on the cover of AARP. Yeah. Every nursing home in the country will have copies of that being passed around. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, we're News Talk with Brandon and Bob. We're here to tell you about some of the facts so you don't have to waste your time watching CNN.
We don't want you wasting any time with CNN.
Or Fox or MSNBC or some of these other guys that are making a whole lot of money.
Et cetera, et cetera.
He's not paying.